Hello everyone, welcome to ObesityCure.clinic. This is Islam. Today I have come up with the third episode of the immunity series where I'm going to discuss about the third component of the immune system, that is acquired or adaptive immune system. In earlier episodes I discussed about the barriers and innate immune system. How do they work in the body, what are their functions, their structures and their nutritional requirements. Today in this episode, I'm going to focus on the third component of the immune system, that is acquired or adaptive immune system. How do they work in the body, what are their functions, and what are the nutritional requirements of this system most importantly. I'm going to share all this information today in this episode, as well as I will be sharing some very important nutritional information in the context of COVID-19. So guys, keep watching till the end. So when this acquired immune system is activated, so when any pathogen or bacterial virus evades innate immune system and the innate immune system is not able to stop the bacteria or the virus from replicating and it reaches a threshold level of antigen, then it activates acquired immune system, the first circumstance. Now what are antigens? Antigens are molecules. Those are found on the outer surface of a pathogen, whether it is bacteria or virus. The antigens can be sugar molecule or protein molecule or can be glycoprotein, combination of glucose and protein. And these antigens trigger immune response. So this is one of the circumstances that activates acquired immune system. What is the other second circumstance? When it generates danger signals activating dendritic cells. So when it generates danger signals that activates the dendritic cells, then also it activates the acquired immune system. Now what are dendritic cells? Now dendritic cells act as messenger between innate immune system and acquired immune system. Dendritic cells are actually antigen presenting cells that process the antigen material and presents it to T lymphocytes, T cells, in a very professional way to recognize whether the antigen is self, native or foreign. And the T cells take action as per that. So these are two circumstances, phenomena that occur in the body that triggers acquired immune system. Now, acquired immune system has some special forces and strategies. What is the aim? When the special forces find and foreign antigen, they look for the target and destroy. So that is the aim. The examples, for example, T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. Now T lymphocytes, the lymphocytes are subtype of white blood cells. And these two type of lymphocytes are the special forces of this system, main forces of this system. T lymphocytes, when they recognize a foreign antigen, they release some molecules like cytokines and some toxic enzymes to kill the virus or bacteria. On the other hand, B lymphocytes secretes antibodies in the blood, and those antibodies bind with antigens to neutralize all those bacteria and viruses to prevent them from replicating further. So these are the functions of T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. What are the outcomes? This system kills those infected cells whose machineries have been hijacked by the virus or bacteria. Those cells are killed. And immune cell proliferation. They make lot of immune cells. The system makes lot of immune cells because they need it to create a team of large army to fight strongly with the virus or the bacteria. One of the most important significant function of acquired immune system is that they create immunological memory. Once a person encounters with a new pathogen, the special cells of the acquired immune system can remember the pathogens, like T cells, B cells can remember the pathogen. So when there are subsequent encounters with the same virus or bacteria, they act now in a very enhanced way, very fast, even before someone develops any symptom, right? And this is the basis of vaccination. If your immune cells cannot remember the pathogens, the vaccination will not work at all. So what are the nutrients? So while providing nutrition for this acquired immune system to function optimally in the body, you must consider the factor, the immune cell proliferation and cell death. It means they need to make more of new cells. So they need building blocks to make new cells, to make more of immune cells, normal cells. And what are those building blocks? The building blocks are protein and cholesterol. Now proteins, the DNA of the cells is made up of protein, and many other parts of the cells are made up of protein, peptide molecules. There are many other peptide molecules in the cell. Cholesterol is the structural component of the cell membrane. So without protein and cholesterol, it's impossible for the body to make new cells. So these are the raw materials you need to provide. So these are the nutrients you need to take care of. What are the other nutrients that you should be taking to support the special forces of this system? Vitamin A, vitamin D, B12, B6 and folate, iron and zinc. So all these nutrients you need to make this system stronger, to function optimally in the body. Out of all these nutrients, I would like to bring your focus on two special nutrients in the context of COVID-19. And those two nutrients are vitamin D and zinc.